Thank you, Coach. From beautiful South Florida, there's a look at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Oakland Raiders and the Miami Dolphins. Two 1-1 teams here, each looking to move over 500, and we're underway here in Week 3. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now Taylor on first down. On the right side, it's Hilton with a catch. And a pretty little juke move there on a nice gain. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Now Taylor to throw on second down. Over the middle, he's got his tight end Ingram. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. His first catch there, good for 10 yards and a first down. Throwing now, Taylor on first down. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. T.Y. Hilton, the intended receiver. That'll bring up second down.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the Tucker rule that they can fall back on anymore.
Taylor incomplete on first down. Here's second and 10. To throw is Taylor. To throw again. They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. 23 yards on the play.
Brandon, lest my eyes deceive me, I think they found a matchup that they're trying to exploit here, don't you? I mean, it's the second time they've gone to him here on this drive.
Yeah, opening drive. It's a tone setter, right? I think they're going to be looking his way a lot.
Yeah, and I think that the way things are going right now, they like him as a featured receiver. Let's see what kind of adjustments the defense is going to make to try and take that away.
On second down, here's Taylor. And his throw here's incomplete. E.J. Gaines the one that time to knock it away.
When we start looking for big-time corners, we're going to start with athleticism. But without technique, you're not going to make plays as one we just saw there.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Taylor. And Ingram hauls it in. They've got another first down. The Raider passing game clicking on all cylinders right now.
Well, I know from past experience, before you actually play a game, you visualize what's going to happen. And I don't know anyone who doesn't visualize themselves being in the center of what's going on. That's 3 catches for him here in the early going. He's got to like the way this is started.
Absolutely. 3 catches on any drive is good. Opening drive, that's a tone setter. No gain on the play there. Second down. On second down, Taylor. Able to find Shaheen here. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. The reception good for 7. It's third down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
This will be play number 9 coming up on this relatively long opening drive as they look to convert on third down. Now it's Taylor. And that is out of the back of the end zone, incomplete.
But that was certainly an aggressive call and an aggressive play. Instead of just going for the first down, took the shot in the end zone, went for the touchdown.
And on third down, they said, forget about the sticks. We want 6. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And the Raiders jump out to a 3-0 advantage. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
Now a play fake here on first down. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. They got his man complete. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. That one goes for 36 yards. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 39-yard line. Now it's Newton. Completes it left side to the tight end Lewis. And he gets it down to the 32. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Brandon, they didn't get everything they wanted out of that play, but the tight end did. And I don't mean it in a positive way. Great job of him holding on after absorbing that big hit.
The first carry now. This is Johnson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Here's Newton. He completes it to Bryant. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Well, they're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this. And, hey, you know, how are you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
I didn't offer mine.
You know, you were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
The first down carry here for Johnson. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
Here we go. Do some.
To throw on 2nd down is Newton. This will be caught at about the 6. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a 1st down.
Here we go.
A shotgun snap for Newton. Steps away, and he's going to be swallowed up and taken down. Sacked back at the 5-yard line.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there, because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal. Now Newton. Forced out to his left. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down. This Raider defense not giving in. They'll try to hold once more on 3rd and goal. They'll run it with Johnson. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. Only a yard that time, so now a decision to be made here on 4th and goal.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Johnson. And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown. Kerryon Johnson, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins are going to take a first-quarter lead. Terry connecting on the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Raiders offense, they get set to head back on the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Now Taylor hits his target. It's Taylor Gabriel. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. McKenna. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves him with a 3rd and 3.
A big part of a middle linebacker's job is being able to take on blocks and then go make plays. But the best ones, they have those big guys in front of them playing defensive line to hold blockers off of them and allow them to flow sideline to sideline and make the big hits.
Taylor now to throw on 3rd down. He'll rifle this one deep right side and almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the...
And look at this, it's a fake. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. Going absolutely nowhere. He'll wind up losing a yard or 2. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool them. Then the Dolphins getting set to go here. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
They pitch it out to Johnson. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
On 2nd down, here's Newton. This will be caught at about the 6. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. And now the passing game here in the 2nd quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it. Now the confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it. We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
Just a yard, but that's all they needed. And by the slimmest of margins, it'll be 1st and goal. Now Newton. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Mercedes Lewis, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Dolphins are able to grow their lead. And he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for the score.
And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him in certain positions, so many different spots, and he usually comes through for them.
Vinatieri able to tack on the PAT, and that pushes the lead up to 11. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And now Oakland ready to take the field. They'll throw on first down with Taylor. A dump down to McKenna. A very good move, but for a relatively modest gain out near the 32. 6 yards on the pickup, and it'll be a second down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Here's Taylor. Looking middle, and that's complete. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
They go play action here on first down. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. Well, it's one thing to grab it with one hand, but when you make a catch of that distance, quite another.
Yes, sir. I mean, that one right there, we keep talking about the high-flying antics that we're seeing from receivers nowadays. Doesn't matter what spot they start in.
And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Brandon Cooks. His first touchdown of the new season, and the Raiders are back within a score.
Brandon, they just got the ball, and already they're in the end zone, and you're getting ready to talk about the PAT. That was fast.
Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
On 1st and 10, Newton. Throw left side complete. It's Lewis. 18 big yards on that one, and a Miami first.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Throwing is Newton. And an alley to run. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Dolphin first down.
Oh, my Cam. There's times when I'm not analyzing up here. I'm just appreciating. Led NFL quarterbacks in rushing last year. He is truly the ultimate weapon at that position.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 42-yard line. Now a handoff. Johnson. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. That opening drive rhythm continues right into play number 3.
Whatever they decided that they wanted to run before the game, it's working pretty well for them right now. Moving the ball downfield at a nice rate. And guess what? I think the chain crew might have to get a little oxygen over there. They have to keep moving downfield with first downs on each play.
He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes that's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. They'll hand it off now. Johnson. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. We'll come back to Miami after this. They stay on the ground on first with Johnson. And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
On 2nd down, Johnson. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2. They only got 2, but that was enough as they'll convert to make it 1st and goal. They'll try and run. This is Johnson. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. Now whistles, and the Raiders are going to signal for a timeout as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. They'll give it to him up the middle. And he is in. Touchdown, Miami. Kerryon Johnson with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Dolphins add on to their lead. Vinatieri connecting on the extra point, and that makes it a 21-10 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken in at the 1. He spins free. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you've got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
He's letting it fly for Cooks. And that's caught inside the 30. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Now Taylor on first down. He's to the 10. This will be caught inside the 10. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. T.Y. Hilton, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Raiders have cut it back to within a score. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out comes the Dolphin offense now as they get set to take over here. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
On first down, it's Newton. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock. He was looking for his favorite target, A.J. Green, that time. And now it's second down. To throw again. Newton. And they get to Newton and take him down for the sack. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this third and long play as we'll get a timeout. As they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. The Dolphins on third down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 17. Out of the gun, Newton. Going for the deep ball. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. Now the former Oklahoma Sooner Tress Way on to punt the football. Back deep, Taylor Gabriel. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game as we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Out comes the Dolphins now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
Dancing to his left. He finds an opening past the 40. Turns out to be a great idea to tuck that one. Good for 24 yards. So an instance there of Cam being Cam. We know he can use his legs.
And with that big body, it's hard to get him down, even if you get a clear shot on him. Plus, he moves it a lot faster than what people think. And boy, does he have fun playing the game of football.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Lewis. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across the...
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Quan Alexander coming hard on the blitz. He dumps him for a loss of 8.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Looking downfield for Dez. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Here's Newton. Flush to his right. This is caught. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They send Green to the left on his own. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and goal. To throw is Newton. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8. Jordan Willis in there to get him for a loss of 5. They need to reverse the trend. The last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal. Newton now to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Quan Alexander. And he'll bring this all the way up to the 45-yard line. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll get an update when we come back to Hard Rock Stadium. A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Taylor. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Everson Griffin. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. From the gun, it's Taylor. A dump underneath to Jones. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. Give him 2 yards on that play, and they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Play action, now Taylor. And this is going to be incomplete. E.J. Gaines the one that time to knock it away.
Well, Brandon, all receivers are trying to make sure that the defender thinks they'll go into the middle of the field when they're running the out cut. On that play, didn't get it done very well because that one was batted down.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. So now here come the Dolphins. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
And a nice pickup as this one gets them to the 10-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Again, it's Johnson. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
Hey, pull down. You were set. 180.
Off play action. Newton escaping the pressure right. They find some open field here. Can't fight He lost the football. It's out. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
Come on now.
Here's Johnson. He's been busy this afternoon. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. They'll try the air now with Newton. He's going to air it out deep for Green. He rifles one that's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. This defense figured out something in the locker room. That's 2 third-quarter picks now.
And you just wonder, did he get too comfortable in the locker room himself? His team has the lead. Take care of the football. He's putting them in jeopardy right now.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. The drive starts with a handoff to McKinnon. And he'll get this out past the 45 to the 47. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On 2nd down, Taylor. He's going to fire one deep. Middle of, that's caught inside the 20. And he'll be marked down deep into Miami territory. A gain of 39 that time. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there. That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Slow.
Here again is McKinnon. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Jerick McKinnon, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders are able to cash in for 6. Tucker now for the extra point. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. Back now in Miami. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, and then finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something
Heads up.
to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here.
Here we go.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again. Newton. And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack. Darren Lee. Not dropping into coverage. He comes on the blitz and takes him down for a loss of 9. The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 19. From the gun, here's Newton. And this one complete to Charkandrick West. And he's able to get up here to the 26. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do, because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. But it's hard to do because when you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards him.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bifema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Give them 12 yards that time at an Oakland first down. On first down, it's Taylor. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's second down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it third down at 6. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Taylor, throw complete right side to Cooks. And he's going to go out of bounds, taking it down inside the 25. Give him a first down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders. Well, I'm sure he likes this performance a little bit better than last week. He had the 3 interceptions here, none in the fourth quarter, and he's got his guys in front.
Guaranteed he put in a tremendous amount of work this week, but maybe the matchup is just better for him. Sometimes it just doesn't work out. It's almost like those golfers. Certain courses fit their eye, and they like what they see, and other courses, as soon as they tee it up, they know they have no shot. Maybe that's the difference for him. Last week, no. This week, a big yes.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. They run it with McKinnon, and he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what was said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3-and-out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down it.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Now a first carry for LeGarrette Blount. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
Taylor will throw, and he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. Akeem Hicks in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. Third and long. Taylor and company hoping to regroup after the sack.
Ready. 3-19.
from the shotgun. It's Taylor. Oh, no, he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Dolphins.
I know when you're looking at the scoreboard clock, we're getting near the end of this game, but they were in what was really called 4-minute offense, and that's practice, being taking care of the football, taking time off the clock, not giving them a chance to come back. But bottom line is, what did I say in the beginning? Taking care of the football. That didn't happen.
Didn't do it, a costly turnover. And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
But it was stopped on that play. But he's had plenty of carries all afternoon. Every now and then the defense is going to win one, but I don't think they'll shy away from handing it to him the rest of the game.
To throw on second down is Newton. Buying time to his left. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for third down. Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Newton on third down. And that's complete to Lewis. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. Newton now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Now Johnson. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Not in a position where they absolutely have to rush right now, but they definitely have to pick up the tempo a bit.
Back to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Grady Jarrett in there to take him down, and the clock will roll.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
The Dolphins on third down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 14. Back to throw. Caught right side. It's Lewis. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. A good pickup there of 22. Come
on now. Check. Gun.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. He's back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. He'll look to throw. Flushed out right. He's going to let it fly. That's going to be caught. And all the way down to the 9. And the stadium clock says 0, but the one on your screen is the one that matters, and the officials say yes, it's a timeout with 1 second left to go and a field goal try forthcoming to potentially send us to overtime. And his kick is good. And that will tie us at 24 all. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins offense now ready to go back out onto the field. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
As we said, they control their own destiny now. First throw in overtime for Newton. And Green with a catch left side. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21. A huge play there in overtime. 54 yards. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory, all the way down at the 21-yard line. They'll run it with Johnson. He'll get it inside the red zone, but only for a couple down to the 19. I don't want to overhype it, but this is a big early season game, especially an overtime win. That can give you a big boost going forward in the season.
It certainly can, and I don't think you're overhyping it because cliches go out the window when you start to play overtime. And you're right, the winner of this game now, that's an extra boost moving forward, and it actually is an extra hurt for the team that loses because normally you shake it off, but in this situation, it lingers a little bit longer.
And this will be incomplete.
Quick hands that time to knock that one away. It sure looked like a short touchdown, but able to get a good break on the football and force the incompletion.
Third and 8 situation. A tough spot here in overtime on the opening drive. The shotgun snap for Newton. And Bryant's got it over the middle. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Defensively now, the ultimate challenge. Of course, the ball gets in the end zone. This thing's over.
And I remember my coaches always talked about in goal line situations, and now you're in overtime where they have to keep them to 3 points. Otherwise, this thing is done. Win your individual battle within the framework of the team defense. Beat them.
Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, it took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal.
Let's rock now. Gun.
Now Newton. Being chased under pressure again, and down he goes again. Robert Quinn in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. biggest play now in this opening drive of overtime. This is 3rd and goal. Out of the gun, Newton. Flush to his right. Oh, and it's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. A costly mistake here in OT.
And you know what they say when you throw an interception like that in overtime? You don't usually get a chance to throw a second one. I mean, I'm not sure the analytics on it. Let's ask Marvin, our statistician, to ring that down for us. That's typically how coaches and teams feel about it. If you throw one, you likely cost yourself the game.
First throw in overtime now for Taylor. And that's complete to Cooks. And he'll be out of bounds right at about the 10-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Now McKinnon. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. A Raider first down, 17 yards.
Whenever we meet with coaches and they always talk about wanting to establish running the football, it's oftentimes with a good tight end who can control the line of scrimmage and the point of attack, and they're becoming harder to find because the colleges are giving us a whole lot of receiving tight ends, former wide receivers who can run, not necessarily block very well. In this case, though, we saw 2 tight ends on the field, both of them with the ability to block, and they ran the ball successfully behind that power set.
And this one will go to the 28-yard line. They'll give him a yard on the play, and it's a 2nd down. A little dinking and dunking that they're doing. At some point, is it appropriate to maybe take a shot?
It is if you feel good about it. But otherwise, you do what a coach told me a long time ago. Take what they give you, but make them tackle. In other words, get it to one of your guys in space. If he makes someone miss, that could turn into the big play you're looking for.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. The Raiders on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Out of the gun, it's Taylor. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. What they say, it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmies.
It's caught inside the 25. And he'll be marked down deep into Miami territory. A huge play there in overtime. 51 yards. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7. And that carry probably not so much for yardage, just to get the spot that you want to kick the field goal.
And any yardage you gain there is really kind of gravy. And this just becomes what my old coach used to say. Get into position to be in position. And that's what they want, the right spot for their kicker to line up the field goal.
He'll get it up the middle. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line. All right, well, they didn't kick it on 2nd down, now 3rd and goal. You have to kick it here.
Absolutely have to kick it, because if you get a bad snap, you fall on it, you got a chance to kick it again on 4th down. Let's say it gets blocked and it's behind the line of scrimmage. You fall on it, you get another chance at it. Give yourself that option. Give yourself that opening.
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. Now the timeout comes here in the waning seconds of this overtime, as we could be set up at long last for a potential game winner. And he got it. The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the uprights. Well, we thought this game would be a good one. It did not disappoint into overtime, and it took the field goal to win it.
And we always pay lip service to how important it is to play defense. And usually we focus on the big offensive pyrotechnics, right? But in this case, they got the ball back on defense, gave themselves a chance, and they capitalized on it with a victory.
And I don't care what distance that field goes from in overtime. The knees are always knocking, but he pushed it through.
Not only that, think about your snapper, your holder. A lot of nerves for them, too, because they have to do their job in order to give him one last chance to put a foot to it.
So for the Raiders, they get back in the win column as they move to 2-1 now on the year. And they'll return home next week to take on the Cleveland Browns. Meanwhile, for the Dolphins, they'll fall to 1-2. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Foxborough to face off against the New England Patriots. And for Charles Davis and